Any more questions? Where'd Sean go?
Good evening.
Hi.
I'm Ara Rahman, and I have a comment, rather a suggestions. I have seen in many big cities, they have book club as an example. City of Austin, the mayor has a book club. I thought it would be wonderful if our mayor would have a book club for our city, where our citizens could come together in the evening or whenever it's more convenient, sit together, everybody take turn reading the book. We get to know each other better, we learn, we become more aware of things, learn from one another, become more friendly. We don't have to be afraid of one another. It brings not only knowledge, but it also brings us peace by sharing from one another. It brings our citizens together. And the next point is, after the city council invited me to come and pray, the drama that followed even in internet after that, it was rather embarrassing for our wonderful city, because outside people, whether we realize this or not, outside people saw this as, oh my goodness, in 21st century, this city is still locked up in this kind of thoughts and feelings. This doesn't speak very good of us, the people that live in San Angelo, when we are asking other businesses and investors to come here. They are looking for cities where all citizens are counted. If they can pay taxes, they should be counted. And if we are inclusive, we are more stronger. By being inclusive, we respect each other, we treat each other nicely by becoming friendly. But when we do not, it divides the people, it brings more negative thoughts and actions into our city. I love my city. All of you are my brothers and sisters. We are families, family members. So I think having a book club, City of San Angelo Mayor's Book Club, is a wonderful idea. My second point actually is, we need to think, is it necessary for us to say a public prayer before the city council meeting starts? If it is necessary, then my question is, who decides who pray and whose prayer is to be held, and how is it decided? Thank you very much.
Okay, as far as the book club and the mayor's book club, well, I'll look to the mayor pro tem. So that may be a better discussion for the next mayor. Actually, what I'll do though is I will, Carl White, who is to the left of you, is over our recreation department, and I think that would be a good activity for them to look at in terms of just another type of program to offer the citizens that frankly is good for a number of reasons, but obviously allows for a low-cost recreation alternative for people in our community, and they can engage a diverse group of citizens. And so, Carl, if you will kind of talk about that issue and maybe work that from a recreation perspective. When it comes to the other discussion, as far as the prayer within the council chambers, that used to be something that we handled, and frankly, it was, they would go through a list until they could get somebody to do it. After some discussions with Councilmember Hogue on this issue, we really started to make it a point to make it more inclusive of all denominations, for lack of a better word. And Susanna, today we are working with what group? Are we, who's doing that? Deborah. Is Deborah, what group are we working with to do that? The city clerk's office is working with that, but are we still working with the?
Currently, the city management had asked the peace ambassadors to find people of diverse traditions to open council with prayer. Some of that has moved forward. On occasion, a number of other people have approached the city council, city clerk's office and signed up on the list. And the diversity is somewhat lessened. And perhaps Ms. Rahman's question was in reference to a proposal recently received from the city clerk's office that prayer be allocated according to how many people of each tradition are in the city. That begs the question, of course, how do we know everyone's faith tradition?
I haven't seen that and haven't had the opportunity to talk to council, but I think it's important to be completely inclusive. And so that is something that we'll work with the council members and with my office to have that discussion. Any other questions?
Can I mention one thing right quick? At the first of the year, there is going to be a big event that's going to kick off, a community-wide event, which is going to be a book event. I don't think it's really public knowledge yet, but it is going to kick off. So we have that opportunity coming up where the community is going to get one book to read. Books are going to be offered to the public, and we're all going to read a book together. So it's coming up.
Any more questions? Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I think one of the important parts that the council has really stressed, and I can't stress this enough as far as what they've communicated to me, is that they have really wanted us as a staff to bring a balance to the entire community and make sure that we're focusing on all areas of the community. And so I will tell you that as we tie in these discussions, they really said make sure we're looking at everything equally. And so that's very important. Beyond that, I think what we've tried to do with the video and what we're trying to do is really bring a level of transparency to city government to where everybody in the community feels comfortable in talking to us, because in the end, I'm just Harold, and this is just Dwayne, and that's John Mark. We're just normal folks. And so we do need to hear from the citizens on a regular basis, because that's what's going to make this community better. And so I think that's really the intent that council, and I think that Councilmember Farmer wanted us to try to accomplish with this, is really to say, here we are, come look at us. We don't want to hide anything. We want to be completely open, and we want each and every citizen of the community to feel like they can come and talk to us at any given point in time and say, why are you doing this? Because a lot of times it's the criticism that makes us better. It's holding us to a higher level of accountability that not only makes us as staff better, it also makes the council better, and it makes us better as a team as we work with each other and we work with the community as a unit instead of separate parts. So thank you for coming tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to catch me, catch any one of the staff members here, and if not, call my office. Susanna, will you please stand up? Susanna is the one that takes care of my schedule, so she will put you with the appropriate staff person to make sure that you get immediate